Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing awesome. So welcome back. As you all know, we are solving the LeetCode top 50 SQL questions. So let's continue. So till now we have solved 27 questions out of 50. So today we have biggest single number. Looks like I have already opened this. Okay. So what this question says, we have schema my numbers and we have column name num. And this table may contains duplicates. Okay, in other words, there is no primary key for this table. Okay, each row this table contains an integer. A single number is a number that appeared only once in the my numbers table. Find the largest single number. If there is no single number, report null. A single number that appeared only once, table may contains duplicates. What does this mean? I don't know. Let's see. Result format, okay. My number, we have num 88331456 and output is 6. A single number 1456. 6 is the largest among all the numbers. Single numbers, we return it. Okay. 88 repeated, 33 repeated, unique numbers, and 6 is the largest. A single number that appeared only once. Find the largest single number. Okay, we have one schema my numbers which contains a single column num where we have multiple numbers. The number could be redundant, like there could be multiple values for the same numbers, like 88888, and we have one column called num. So the num column may contain duplicate values, but we have to find the largest single number, where the definition for your single number is the number which appears only once, which means the unique number. So if you observe here carefully, among these all, we have only these numbers which are unique, which are not redundant, and among these 6 is the largest. So I think this is pretty simple problem. How we can solve this? What if first we find only the numbers which are single? Okay, so let me call it as num. Select num from where? My numbers. We can simply do the group by based on num, and here we can say having count of num is equal to 1. What this will return us? Let's see. Can you see? We are getting all the numbers where the count of those numbers is 1. So what we have to? We have to find the largest one. It's simple, I guess. What we can do? We can simply wrap this inside the CTE, and we can just call this select max from c dot num. Cool. What value we have to return? Expected num. Column name as num. C dot num as num from my numbers. Not my numbers, because the following result we have just wrapped into the CTE. So we can just simply use the CTE as C. Are we done? Let me again check the description. What we have to return? Largest single number. If, we forgot to read this. If there is no single, report null. So you know what we are using if we have to replace the null values. Pause the video here and just remember and solve while at your own, like how we can replace the null values. That's simple. We used many times this coalesce function, which takes two arguments. The first one is the expression. If this expression returns value, then it will simply return the value. If that returns null, so whatever value you provide in the second argument, it will return that. Let's see whether this works or not. Yeah, it's working. Let me try to submit. Yep, accepted. Okay, let me get the green tick here. Yeah, solved. So let's move to the next question. Okay, that was pretty straightforward, like simple था बहुत ज़्यादा, आपको कुछ नहीं करना था. जस्ट आपको एक बट करने से आपको बस सबसे पहले क्या करो, प्रॉब्लम को ब्रेक डाउन कर लो कि मेरे को वो सारे नंबर्स चाहिए जिनका काउंट 1 है, उसमें से लार्जेस्ट निकालना है. मैंने सीटी में वो सारे नंबर रख लिए जिनका काउंट 1 था. उसके बाद मैंने उन सब में से लार्जेस्ट मैक्स फंक्शन यूज करके कॉल कर दिया. दैट्स ऑल. was simple. Okay, so next, customer who bought all products. Okay, column we have customer, we have customer id, we have product key. Table may contain duplicates row. That's okay. Customer id is not null. Okay, product id is a foreign key. Reference column to product table, and we have one column product id. That must be a primary key. Yeah, primary key. Okay, column with unique values for this table. Write a solution to report the customer IDs from the customer. Let me read again slowly. Write a solution to report the customer IDs from the customer table that bought all the products in the product table. Result or return the result table in any order. We have to return all the customer IDs that bought all the products from the product table in the product table. Customer ID 1 2 3 1 1, but in the product we have 5 and 6, so we have to return the customers who bought the product 5 and 6, like all products, but in this scenario we only have 5 and 6. So one bought 5, the one bought 6 as well. Perfect, we can include 1. If we talk about 2 only bought the product 6, so we'll not consider this into our result set. And for the 3 bought like 5 and 6. How can we break down this? Just remember, we have to return all the customers. Okay, so what we can do, we can simply select, but we have to return description customer ID in the, and we have customer, we have product. So what we can do, we can just simply write here customer ID from, we have customer what if customer group by customer ID, but this will give us the count of customer. And what if we use having, and if we count the product key, like if we count what are the values in the product key, and these will be unique because this is a primary key, and we can compare having count of product key is equal to this, but there might be scenario like 2 6 2 again part 6, but we cannot simply count the product key and map or compare with these count of these all product key. So I'm saying, what if we count the product key is equal to, so okay, should we use the CT here to calculate count all the product key in the product? No, this time we'll use something different like the subquery, and we can simply say here select count of star, because these values will be unique. From we have product. Will this work? Oh, it's accepted. Let me try to submit this. Oh, wrong answer. Let's see. Oh, how will I debug this? I cannot debug this, man. Let me again read the return statement. What do you have to return? To report customer IDs from customer that bought all of the product in the product table. We take all of the product and we are just counting the product key for the each customer, and we have customer schema here. Customer 1 will have a product count to, oh, I think we have to use here distinct as well, because only then we'll able to map this. This will work, I guess. Let me use this test case and try to run this. Yeah, it's accepted. Let me try to submit. I will tell you why I use that. Yeah, accepted. Okay, so here is the breakdown. We have to report all the customer IDs from the customer table that were all the products. But in the earlier query, what we were doing, मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा भूख लग रही है, बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ हो रहा है, भूख लगी है, कुछ खाना है बस मुझे. Okay, I'll finish this video quickly, and after that I'll have something. I'm famished. Okay, so we were using the count of product key. It will count all the product keys and it will just do by the group by, but we have to count the distinct product key, because here we are counting the distinct. How we are counting the distinct? Because here your product key is primary key that cannot contain the duplicate records. That's why here we have to use distinct. Only then it will be able to match here. So what is the possible scenario that it was failing? Just imagine you have your customer ID is not primary key, as we read here in the description, may contain duplicate rows, which means what if your user 2 bought product 6 and again user 2 bought product 6. in that case as well, your user2 group by count will come as 6. Oh, sorry, 2. Can I use my custom test case here? I can, but where can I define my schema? Here I have the test cases. Let me clear this. Let me remove this, and remove this as well. We'll try to use this schema. I will add test case, and what if I can edit this? Let me take this row. Okay, I will explain you that with the help of this test case. Here we have code. Let me run this. Okay, it is accepting because we use distinct. Let me remove this distinct here. Now it will break. Expected 1 and 3, we are getting 1, 2, 3. Are you getting this? Why we are getting 1, 2, 3? Because as per our script, this code, it is counting the product key for each user. When we perform the group by on the customer ID, it will count all the product IDs correspond to that customer ID. In this case, user2 also has 2 product keys, which means user2 buy 2 products. But that products are same, but user2 didn't buy all the products of product table, because in the description it was mentioned that customer that bought all the products in the product table. So that's why we have to use the distinct here. So it will only count DIS, TNC, That's why it was breaking, because we have to count distinct product IDs, which means the user bought all the products in the product table. I hope this is clear. Yeah, it's submitting. So yeah, I hope you got this. If not, just again go back and solve this part only. You will get more insights like how, or like just dry run. And let me tell you how the execution flow will take place here. Very first, your inner query, or I can say the subquery, will execute. Okay, then your select from customer, it will execute and it will perform your grouping operation. Okay, after that it will perform your count, like having count. Only then after that it will compare all your expressions, like having count is equal to, it has already calculated your subquery, it will just compare that one or return the result. So I hope that was sufficient for this particular question. And what time it is? Oh, I'm running late. Okay, so yeah, I have to go to office. Yeah, so yeah, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Bye bye.